At 9 o'clock, the biggest outbreak of a violent virus at the Grand Canyon ever. A new CDC report is out saying hundreds of hikers and rafters were sickened by a norovirus outbreak there this summer.
So what caused it, and is there a way to prevent it from happening to you if you're visiting the Grand Canyon? Brianna Whitney has been looking into this and joins us with what we all need to know. Brianna?
Yeah, this is pretty serious. You just don't want to be caught in this situation. I mean, we're talking hundreds of people in just 2.5 months coming down with the virus, often while on a commercial rafting trip. And the CDC actually thinks that number is underreported. Part of the problem, certain sanitizers can't kill norovirus, which let it spread like wildfire from April to June of this year down in the canyon.
It's one of the most visited places in the United States, yet hundreds of people from across the country and world who made the trip to the Grand Canyon this spring didn't have such a grand time.
For us to experience the several trips that did have norovirus was just unprecedented. We've never experienced anything to that level ever.
John Dillon heads up the Grand Canyon River Outfitters Association, made up of the 16 commercial rafting companies that take visitors on trips in the canyon. The newly released CDC report collected survey responses from visitors. It found from April 1st to June 17th, there were 222 people who came down with norovirus. 191 of those were on commercial rafting trips, 55 of them on private rafting trips, and 31 were backpacking. Most of them were visitors of the park, but 14% of those who got sick were professional river guides. Norovirus has similar symptoms to food poisoning.
Lots of nausea, vomiting, but explosive diarrhea, usually within 12 to 24 hours.
Emergency medicine doctor Frank Lavecchio says not only is the virus highly contagious, but you don't need much of it to become infected.
It could live for a long time in a bathroom. It could stay dormant for a while.
And that may have been the primary problem. According to the report, a portable toilet tested positive for norovirus. It's a toilet multiple river rafting trips use. Then the virus was taken into the river water. Dillon says that makes sense because every river trip launches from the same area.
So we would launch 4 commercial trips a day from Lee's Ferry all summer long. We don't want to expose the camp behind us to those, to this outbreak either. And that's exactly what probably happened.
If you visit the Grand Canyon, it's important to know certain things you'd think could kill norovirus can't.
Hand sanitizer, because those are alcohol-based, those won't work. And filters. When you think of like the Brita filter, which is a common one, other things that we use to filter stream water, for example, when we're at the Grand Canyon, that won't work.
The report says many river outfitters were unaware alcohol-based hand sanitizer doesn't work.
That is news to us, but that's not our practice. We don't use alcohol sanitizer for hand wash. We use bleach, but certainly we learned from this experience the best we can.
Dillon says while this is an unprecedented outbreak, it's still a relatively low number of people, considering they have 700 trips a year and see about 24,000 rafters. So what can kill norovirus? Well, bleach, chlorine, and boiling the water, and also washing your hands with soap and water diligently while you're there is important too. The CDC is still looking at all the survey responses they got to see if there was any overlap of food and drinks, river stop locations, other toilets, and any other factors that could have spread that virus.